Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Rocky Smart from H3C Malaysia. I'm the country MD, and today I'm very happy, to share about how to sell SDN solutions. And actually, SDN is quite a generic terms, what we call the software-defined network. And right now today, we are talking about the SDN solutions from H3C. We are talking about application-driven campus solutions. That means this is a network with a software-defined feature, mainly focusing on the campus network. So selling SDN solutions or selling our H3C AD-Campus Solutions, right, is quite different, from the traditional network selling. So today I'm going to share, some of my experience, especially in Malaysia, that we did a very sizable SDN project with a GLC company, a government-linked company, Shabas. So all this experience will be shared in this section. So to move on, how to sell SDN, right? So it's a very, very generic approach. The approach is not complicated. Actually, it's just talking about 4 steps. And I do believe most of the H3C partners in Malaysia, right, it's very easy to pick up. And the key point is, across these 4 steps, how we are going to manage the customer expectations, how we can create, the topic and talk to the customer, how we arouse their interest. So normally, the first step, we are going through is like the customer pain points. We need, to discuss and guide the customer to agree and define the problem of using the existing network technology in use. And of course, later on, the second step, we are talking about our solutions, H3C technologies, about our ADCampus solutions, based on the software-defined network technology and how we are going to solve their pain point problem. And finally, after we talk about the solution, the customer will show their concern, and I'm going to share some of the frequent Q&A so that you can respond, to your customers. And finally, if we want to proceed, we must submit a proposal, right? What information do we need, right? What is the case study that we can share, and then we can generate, more requirements and information from the end user. So this is quite a simple 4-step approach. So for these 4 steps, that becomes, our agenda today. We are talking about the problems. What is the challenges of the campus network nowadays? What is our solutions, ADCampus Solutions? And also, the frequent Q&A, how we release, the customer concern and their worries about deploying the SDN solutions. And finally, some of the use cases, and then we can generate, the exact customer requirement and also how we form the proposal to the customer. So to start with, when we talk about the problem, so actually we can classify into 3 major issues nowadays in most of the network. The first part is about the mobile and security issues. Mobility and security is a long outstanding problem to most of the IT admin, IT managers, CIO, So when we set up the network, right, actually we base on the physical network environment to limit. That means, in most of the network, right, when somebody, in building A working, right, when he or she moving to building B, all the policy may be changed. Their IP address may be changed. How we maintain the same policy, same IP, same user experience, right, is a challenge. Of course, you can use right now the traditional technology to config manually. But somehow, if you want to do it more automatically, more intelligent, right? You need to think about the solutions. So right now, mobility and security, when enterprise, when university, when government, whatever you are, when you build your campus network, this is one of the major problems that they anticipate. And we can generate the topic to discuss from here. And the second pain point, for most of the customer right now, increasing IoT devices. Don't think that the Internet of Things are very complicated. Actually, even like a network printers, like an IP phone, like the IP camera, I think these are very, common IoT devices that you can find in your network. So all these devices becoming more and more in your network. How do you manage? How do they connect to the network? In terms of the traditional way, right? You need to configure, all these network devices one by one so that you can plug your printer, Even though, okay, you move one of your network printer from one place to another, right? You need to make sure all the network setting is correct, okay, across the network, so that you can use that printer to print again. So all these problems, right, increasing of the IoT devices always bring some issues. Like, okay, a corporate and enterprise, right? If you are going to install maybe 100 IP cameras in short time, right? How can you do it using the traditional way? But using the new SDN solutions, right? What you can say. So these are the problem, okay, nowadays, okay, most of the enterprise, okay, they are facing right now. And finally, complicated O&M. We are talking about like the separated wired network and wireless network management. And when you think about the network expansion, you need to plan about your IP, your switch locations, cable, a lot of things, right? When you do surface provisioning, right? How you are going to offer the surface to a particular, okay, internal users, what server that they can access, what resources they can touch. So all these, okay, will bring a lot of the issues, okay, to the IT admin together with the network segmentations. So all these, okay, issues will bring the load efficiency. Actually, we can use these three major topics to arouse more, okay, discussions with the customer and let them agree, okay, this is the problem and the pain point they have. And then once we define the pain point, then we can jump, okay, to, oh, what we are doing, what is our solution, what is our core technology of our solution, and how we are going to solve their pain point, right? So here are some of the slides, okay, that can give you some idea. Of course, we are touching some of the technical terms, but you don't need to worry. These technical terms, you just remember the name, and most of the time you still can Google it, and then again, you can let the customer, okay, to check it out. So what is ADCampus? ADCampus, okay, is okay the H3C SDN solutions for campus network. So actually, we offer the campus solutions based on the SDN architecture. So normally, okay, in the SDN architecture, we separate the whole network into management plane, control plane, and data plane. So that means a network, everything combined in the device, right? Before it's a network switch or network router. But right now, okay, we separate into different logical plane. And each logical plane, okay, we use different technology, okay, to manage. So this is what we are doing right now. So in terms of the data plane, we are using VXLAN. In terms of the control plane, we are using the EVPN technology. And of course, the management plane, which is the core brain of the whole network. That means the Director 2000 is the software, just like your brain. You control your whole body. You manage everything, right? So that means the Director, okay, is the intelligence, okay, the most smarter solutions component, okay, in the ADCampus. So when we talk about ADCampus, we always talk about like, okay, the overlay and the underlay network. What is underlay network? Okay, this is the ADCampus solution say, the whole network, everybody knows already. We build on physical switches, routers, Wi-Fi AP, and some devices, right? And when we have this physical device, on top overlay, we build a virtual network layer. And this virtual network, okay, will based on what we're talking about, the data plane, right, the VXLAN technology. And this technology, okay, we compiles of like a VTAP and EVPN. So that means, okay, this technology coming together, and then we can build different virtual network. What is the advantage of virtual network? Just say, for example, right now you buy your computer, right? At the same time, you want to run multiple applications. Because when you have one device, right? Of course, I want to partition and share for different users. In the network, we have the same concept. We build the network with different network devices. And we can separate this network into different virtual networks so that, okay, all these network running securely and privately. And this virtual network will provide more convenience that to solve the problem that I mentioned about like mobility and security, talking about like increasing of the IoT devices connectivity, together how we ease, okay, your O&M, okay, workload. So these are the underlying technology, the technology that inside the ADCampus to solve your problem. And this is the ADCampus architecture. So on the bottom, you see these are the devices that you are going to connect to the network. In the overlay fabric, right, it's based on all the switches like routers, access point, these kind of devices, right? And you see we have all the open architecture interface. I'm talking about the SMMP, the MIP interface, the open flow, okay, and also the BGP and the NetConf. all this, okay, we will come going up, okay, to the what we call the campus director. As I said, ADCampus is the solution, say, we have all the network components, and then we put a brain to manage everything. So the brain, okay, is the director. That means the director can manage and control all the network devices and down to the devices that you connect, okay, to the network. And also, okay, we have another upper layer. You see the RESTful API. And the RESTful API is another interface from our controller. Say, if you are going to integrate to third-party application, say, in the network, I may want to put some applications, I want to monitor or more detail for some of the user devices, right? And then you need, okay, to connect, okay, to the brain. You need to connect to the director. And in this part, we are also offering, okay, our RESTful API so that, okay, we can integrate with other third-party integrations, like maybe using Wi-Fi location-based, right? You want to catch all the device connectivity through Wi-Fi, right? In terms of security, whatever. We can provide the RESTful API, maybe to give you like a location-based services or whatever. And then this is our ADCampus Solutions. It's quite general. Normally, we come up, okay, two architecture in the campus fabric. So it's very simple. I do believe a lot of people have some ideas, say, spine, leaf, and access. It's like the core switches, distribution switches, and access switches. In the SDN, we call it spine, leaf, and access. So far, this is a very, common and generic configurations. And right now, okay, we have another solution called leaf and access. We simplify the whole architecture. Okay, so that even a small sizing of network, you just deploy minimum of switches, and then you can enjoy the advantages. And on top the campus director, you can see we have a lot of like a software license that, okay, comprise of different functions and features. And based on the customer requirements, you can add our standard, okay, licensing model, or we have some kind of a light licensing model to reduce the cost when you deploy, okay, the ADCampus network. So here I talk about the solutions. And then when we talk about the ADCampus Solutions, some underlay technology you explained already. And right now we tell you 4 key points that we can address the 3 problems that we're talking about. So the 4 major benefits that, okay, key benefit that we can bring to the customer according to the technology, according to the solution that I just explained, right? The first, I'm talking about automations. The second is about the location independence benefit in ADCampus Solutions. The third one, I'm talking about the security and the credibility. And finally, we talk about the intelligence and visibility. Let me go through one by one, okay, for this kind of a benefit. And how we address this benefit and corresponding, okay, to the problem and the pain point, okay, of the customer. So in terms of the automations, right now, okay, we talk about like whole network equipment deployment automations. So when you plug a switch, plug an access point to the network, right? You want to do it like a zero-touch provisioning. That means no more CLI, no more command line, no more configuration switch by switch. So everything plug and play. So when you plug the switch, right, the director, the software, will push the config file, okay, to the every switches. So that means, okay, we release the workload. So even though you ask, okay, your secretary, if she or he knows, okay, the right port, right, just plug, the switch will work automatically. The second thing is about automation is about the resilient expansions. That means right now your office got 10 floors, and right now you expand 2 more floors, right? You can, okay, seamlessly adding, okay, 1 more leaf switches in this floor, and then extend some access switch in the network. So all this expansion, okay, will be done automatically. And finally, we talk about the fault device replacement automation, right? That means in the whole network, right? Every single switch and component fail, right? Just plug and play. You don't need, okay, to reconfigure the switch or download the previous config file, okay, and do a lot of things, right? No need, just plug and play. So in terms of the automation scenario, right, we can cover these 3 applications. And when we talk about the automations, right, this is the zero-touch provisioning procedures. Normally, we are using like a very generic, but quite smart, intelligent IP configurations. And then the spine switches, leaf switches, and access switches, we can get the IP, okay, through the DHCP server inside the controller. And then afterwards, right, all the automation, okay, will be done. And here, what we're talking about the rapid surface provisioning, right? When we offer, okay, the service, right? So here's quite a number of few steps. Surface provisioning is talking about like the boot automations until the user account. Inside, we are talking about the user group definition, sorry, and the security policy definition. What is it? Long time back, when you deploy a network, okay, and you offer the service, you think about the VLAN, you think about the IP, you think about, say, okay, how we do the ACL, whatever, right? In ADCampus, in SDN solutions, right? No need. All we have to do is to define like the user group and the resources group. So actually, the user group is like, okay, in a network, right? In an enterprise, right? You may have a different department, right? Finance department, marketing department, R&D department, guess, right? You just map this into different VXLAN. And then finally, okay, you have your resources. Maybe R&D, okay, they have their R&D server resources. Finance, they have their finance, okay, server resources, right? You can mix and match based on this group, user group and resources group, right? And then this is a matrix table that you can define all the policy you want to set up in the network. It's just a matrix, very simple. And under each policy, you set permit and deny, right? And you can define the policy down to like some of the application up to layer 4, right? In terms of like the port number, in terms of the time that you can access the network, right? Say, for example, finance department, in terms of the security, right? After office hour, normally I don't want, okay, the finance department and also the R&D department to touch the server anymore because of the company policy. So all this can be set in detail, okay, in terms of the automations. And of course, in terms of the automation, this is a very good, okay, point I want to bring here is traditionally, if you have 168 switches in the network, normally you got 168 config files. But right now in ADCampus, you only got 3 config files. Because in the ADCampus, we define the switch role already, either spine, leaf, and access. Then all the configuration, okay, within the switches is all dynamic or software defined. So that means you don't need to bother say, okay, this switch, this access switch in different location will have different configuration. No, same config file. So we have only one config point, just the ADCampus director. Okay, traditionally, if you deploy 168 switches, that means, okay, you need to configure 168 switches, okay, individually. And of course, we can shorten the whole configuration time, okay, for the whole network. Well, after I talk about the first benefit, right, automation, and then I talk about like the location independence, okay, benefit. In the ADCampus network, we explained, okay, the technology behind already. We're talking about the VXLAN, VCAP, EVPN, right? And how this, okay, and the overlay, right? How this related to the location independence. Long time back, right? Every host in different access network, right? You may get, okay, different IP, okay, address, right? So if we are talking about location independent, right? Location-based grouping, that means wherever you go, right? So actually the IP, everything is the same. Say in this one, no matter you put your printers, your IP phone, your IP camera, right? Somehow, you know, you have like 3 different locations, 3 floors, 3 different buildings, right? Before that, okay, you need to assign to different VLAN, different IP address. But right now, you can combine everything as a whole because we are doing like a role-based. I don't care where you are. I care your identity. What is your role? Are you a printer? Are you a camera? Okay, are you like IP phone? And then if you're IP phone, when you plug to in building A, right? You unplug and then plug in building B. Actually, okay, the network, okay, will follow you. And then will follow the IP phone. The IP phone port, okay, will be automatically changed, okay, to the VXLAN or the right VLAN setting, okay, for IP phone connections. So this is the merit, okay, of the role-based grouping, rather than say, okay, the VLAN, okay, you set the IP address. And of course, for the location independence, we also comply, okay, with the policy while you're moving. When you move from one building to another building, right? Don't think that, okay, or the VLAN, okay, will limit you. Because we can combine, okay, both users, okay, even though you have a different gateway, right? We can maintain the same IP address. That means within the office network, right? I can maintain the same policy. But somehow, you know, the gateway, okay, will be depending, okay, on the locations you are when you access the internet. So we will offer you much better flexibility and also, to reduce, the bandwidth requirement across these two buildings. So after I talk about the location independence and also the automation benefit, right? I talk about the security, and the credibility. So this one, when we talk about the security, right? People talking about say, when I connect to the network, how secure we are, right? We are talking about 5W1H. When to access, who to access, whose devices, what devices, and where to access, and how to access. So all these questions will come up, say, what is your authentication method? In our H3C AD-Campus Solutions, right? We have what we call our MAC portal authentications, 802.1x, together with the MAC device authentications. So all these authentication, can support mix and match and very flexible, for the whole network, connecting like a user devices, computer, and also other IoT devices. So all this, we can bring the benefit, to increase the security, but at the same time, it's very easy to implement. So here, we are talking about the MAC portal authentications, right? Somehow, if you have a user, the first time login, right? I bring my device. Of course, I need to try authentication, need to input your account info. That means if I'm the user, first time when I log in the network, I need, to use my AD, credentials and some of the informations, so that, I can, get my device registered. So in the campus fabric, if I have under the BYOT group, right? And then number 3, I can redirect a portal. And this portal, I can log in using my original AD account info. Once I log in, right? And then, they know me. This device, I belongs to R&D. And then next time, second time when I log in, right? Then I don't need, to do this step anymore. I don't need to use, my username and the portal, to log in again. Everything will be automatic. We can provide what we call the transparent authentications while moving. So within the campus network, they know, the network know me, I'm under the R&D. And all the resources and all the policy, will follow, my role already. So here we are talking about the IoT devices. And when we talk about the IoT devices, we can use the batch online. That means you have like 100 IP cam, 1,000 IP cam, or hundreds of IP phones, right? You don't need, to configure one by one or do very complicated, configurations. Everything, you just need to create a user group based on your IoT devices in terms of the MAC address range, IP address range, right? Once you input, right, everything, go to the controller, and then, we can collect and import all the informations. And finally, all the devices will be plug and play in the network. That means you don't need to configure anymore. You just need to gather all the information and put it into the brain. You put it into the controller. You put it into the director. Everything can be done. So here, we talk about like the campus private. So other than, talking about like the authentication and how we do the batch, authentication, for the IoT devices, right? We also support like what we call the macro segmentation and also micro segmentations. That means within the network, somehow, after we define some of the user group, we still can do some kind of a detailed monitoring of the virtual network, some of the user behavior. And this is more like enhanced security features that we can support. And here, you can see already, based on the group-based security, right? We can do what we call the granular, micro security policy. Say, for one user group, here is an example for like a university. We have the teacher user group, we have the student user group, right? For each user group, right? How we can define more detailed group policy based on, access for some of the server resources or some of the IT resources. So after that, and finally, we talk about like more like overall the management and also how we support like the intelligence and the visibility of the network. So this is a very important features that we can release the workload of the network and IT. How? Because everything, all the network traffic, everything, is within the network, no matter it's Wi-Fi or wired. Wireless and wired traffic, we can do what we call the unified forwarding. We can have a unified policy control, and then we have the unified management. That means everything is converged. Once it is converged, right? So everything become visible, okay, in your controller director interface, in the GUI interface. And you don't bother say, right now, okay, if the switch got a problem, right, I need to troubleshoot the switch. You are troubleshoot the whole network because of all the control plane informations, okay, will be pulled together to our director. So here, okay, is a web dashboard that we are going to share. And this is the campus monitoring dashboard. We are going to show you the network health parameters, and also like, is it the traffic is under normal, and also how is the network status, is all the link, all the connectivity healthy. So someone, when they call you, say, okay, IT admin, I got some problem in my connectivity, right? The speed very slow. Then you can visualize the network situation immediately. If nothing's going wrong, right? Most probably it's device problem, right? So these kind of tool will help the network admin, even the IT admin, right, to solve the problem, to troubleshoot the issues in a more visible way, rather than say, okay, you're using the traditional way, okay, to solve the problem. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see, okay, we can show the underlay network and also the overlay network connectivity and the status and the network health also. And also we can simplify, okay, the O&M because the user management, all the user log, the time or whatever, the address, and also like the gateway information, right? We can have a glance. And then you can do whatever troubleshoot you want, okay, based on this kind of a simple user management tool available in the director. And together we have our syslog alarm. And this, okay, in our ADCampus director, that means all the alarm, all the issues, okay, will be recorded in our system. Of course, we can support like the performance monitoring. Any component, okay, got some performance issue, we will generate alarm to warn, okay, the people, to warn the admin, okay, to make some proactive actions. So right now, okay, we talk about the problem, we talk about solutions, and how our technology to help them. So I'm going to go through you some frequent Q&A very quick. So first of all, the first question is, okay, what are we selling? What is the network component, right? Normally, you can see, okay, these are the products that you can search from our website, from H3C website, and you can see some of the model numbers. This is our spine switches, leaf switches, and also some of the access switch model, and together with our Wi-Fi access controller, together with our Wi-Fi AP. Our Wi-Fi AP, we support like a 11 AC wave 2, our Wi-Fi 6 access point, together with the outdoor access point. Together with like some another Q&A, the customer will always talk about like competitions. How do we compare with our competitor? Normally, when we do comparison, right, it's a huge topic. It's very difficult to do it. You must get your experience pre-sales technical to help you. But in general, right, we want, okay, to compare, okay, the technology, okay, in this way. We cannot do like an apple-to-apple comparison easily based on the SDN because, as I said, software deployment is quite different, okay, from different people. But we need to explain how, when we, okay, try to compare our competitor or the solutions in the market, right? We try to break into different parts, like what is the overall architectures? What technology you're using? Is it like a proprietary or like an open architecture support? Of course, open architecture support, okay, can allow you to integrate, okay, different brand of products. And then it may help, okay, the customer to get more competitive costs. So if it's a proprietary, right, once you use it, then you have nowhere to go. So you can, okay, compare, okay, the product, okay, with our competitor, like this approach, based on architecture, based on the ADCampus, okay, I mean like the SDN solutions, the services that we can offer, how we do the automations and the automation features. And also, okay, the system is very open. So we can, based on this 4 areas, okay, to make some reasonable comparisons, okay, with our customers. And also, a lot of customers will talk about pricing. Will SDN be very expensive? This is most of the concern, okay, of the customer. Just tell them, SDN is not something very, expensive. The difference between, okay, the SDN solutions with the traditional network solutions is that in the traditional network, the switches you need to deploy. In the SDN, it's the same. In the traditional network, you deploy your network management, right? In the SDN solution, you deploy like what we call the ADCampus director, the SDN controller. So the only price difference is just a software and a server that become the SDN controller. and that becomes the brain of the network. So actually the cost, okay, will not be very high comparing, okay, the traditional network approach. And also a lot of customers talk about, oh, can I use, okay, the old network switches, or, oh, I buy some switches just like a few months back. So I want to move to SDN. Do I need to replace everything, right? Under the SDN solutions, right, when I explain to you the architecture, the key thing is, okay, you need to replace the core, I mean like the spine and leaf switches in the network, and then adding the controller. Actually, we allow, okay, to mix and match, okay, different kind of access switches in the network. Of course, when you use the other brand, some of the automation features, okay, may not, okay, be enjoyed, okay, by the end user. But I think this is like to minimize the investment, the overall investment, okay, when the customer migrate, okay, from the traditional one to the SDN, but still keeping some of very, high cost access switch. And finally, how the customer justify, okay, the network upgrade, right? So actually, when we bring about, okay, how we reduce, how we solve their pain point, right? You can explain to the customer, say, oh, actually, you can save your technical resources to manage your network. I can guarantee, okay, the network, okay, can reduce the downtime so that you can provide a more productive environment. And also we can shorten, okay, the delivery time, okay, for the change of the network configurations. All these, okay, are the benefit that you can justify, okay, with your customer. So finally, we talk about the use case. One of the use case, okay, I would like to share, okay, I will share later on. But right now, okay, in terms of the use case, I will try to explain to you how we get the requirement, okay, from the users. And normally, okay, after we go for ABC, problem, solutions, some of the questions, okay, Q&A, right? And then what we call, okay, so right now we try to get some requirements. So normally, okay, we have 4 steps. Requirement, we understand the scenario, and then we know what is the equipment we are going to propose, and also the director license. These are the 4 steps that we will come up a proposal, okay, to the customer. Background information and customer requirement is very important. Later on, okay, I will tell you what we need to get. Scenario is right now, okay, I just give you 2 examples. Spine, leaf, and SS, and leaf and SS. Actually, we can mix and match. Even though the customer say, oh, I have like a multiple campuses, maybe with WAN link connectivity. How we are going to overcome like this kind of a complicated scenario, right? This part, you may need to involve your pre-sales or even the H3C, okay, specialists, okay, to help you to give, okay, a right configurations. So that means in this kind of selling, we are not selling a product. Okay, then you buy it, I solve the problem, right? We need to understand the pain point. We need to understand the customer network setup situations. Then we can come up with the right configurations, the right scenario, and then we can build up our equipment list together with the director license. So here, talking about the equipment configurations, right? Normally, we are talking about the spine leaf switches, access controller and access points, some of the access devices, okay, how we provide the authentication policy together with some of the security firewall. So the director license, of course, when we talk about the director license, we need to count, say, okay, how many equipment in the network, what kind of orchestrations, okay, you need. So all this, okay, we'll need, okay, the technical expert, some pre-sales guy to help you. We're talking about, okay, do you need, okay, high availability? How many terminal you want authentications? How many devices, okay, you need more like enhanced, okay, authentications and security protections. And finally, okay, how many wireless equipment, okay, you want to integrate. So I'll give you 2 examples, okay, when we get customer requirement, right? So normally, okay, this is one of the case. The background is, okay, you need to know whether it's a new build campus or old campus. New build campus is more easier because everything is new. We want to clarify whether the customer is a single fabric. That means, okay, one building, all the office in the same location, or it's in different locations, multi-fabric. We need to know about number of people, how many people in the network, how many terminals, how many wireless terminal in terms of the percentage, how many dumb terminals, how many user groups, okay, in your enterprise network. Once we get all these background information, then we come to the key requirements, say, oh, do you need full coverage of Wi-Fi? What is your security strategy? Do you want a unified management of your wired and wireless network? That means, okay, everything from us, or say, oh, wireless, okay, you are going to buy some other Wi-Fi solutions. And also, okay, you want to export your security policies, okay, to your remote or users. So all this, when you have this requirement, right, then we can come up the scenario, say, oh, this is the proposal. And then I will give you say, oh, leave and access scenario can meet this kind of a requirement. We don't need spine, leave, and access because, of course, you put one more spine switches, the cost will be higher. Okay, so in this scenario, we may only like, okay, oh, number of total terminal, I have this example. So the leaf switches, we just deploy like our 75, 03X, okay, the three slot chassis switches together with access controller and access point, and also some access switch and firewall. And then we will build the network with a full redundancy on leaf, access, and leaf and access controller and access switcher. We can have a multiple link, okay, to the leaf, provide the redundancy. So of course, in terms of the director license, we can come up, and then of course, we will give you, okay, the server requirement. So the proposal will come out based on your background information, whatever. It's quite easy approach. Here is another case. The background is same single fabric. It's a one single campus, one building, all fiber connected. So it's a new build campus. More people, 1,500. More terminal connect. Same full coverage of Wi-Fi. All the terminal need identifications, right? They want a unified O&M. So based on this requirement, and then, okay, we will generate, okay, the scenario say, you need spine, leaf, and access architecture because of the number of user and you need, okay, the spine to control the whole network. So this level diagram, and then we can provide, and then together with the equipment configurations, and then coming up, the ADCampus Director software license. So this is the approach, okay, that we can, okay, advise you, say, once we go through the problem, we talk about the solutions, we solve, okay, we answer the customers, the Q&A, right? And then finally, okay, we can generate, okay, the proposal based on some of the information gathering and some of the customer requirements. So here, okay, one of the cases talking about the Shandong University. So this is the university running our ADCampus Solutions. So this one, okay, talking about like a 7,000 plus network equipments, quite a number, 10,000 online users. So here, we are talking about like other than, you know, educations, right? We are also supplying our ADCampus Solutions to different sectors in terms of like enterprise, healthcare, government. For internet company in their campus network, they are using SDN also, like the energy sector, finance, and transport. So this configurations is quite general. Okay, you see, okay, a spine in the core, right? They got different buildings. Different buildings, we put the leaf, and then the leaf will connect to the access switch. And in the central side, okay, we have what we call the controller. With all we have okay, the functions like a EIA, WSN, and TCP, right? So all this, okay, are included in our solution offer. So this is all about like ADCampus. It's quite a lot of content. The time is limited. I cannot go for very detailed. But of course, thank you and enjoy, okay, the training. So this sharing can help you to understand how we sell SDN solutions, okay, to the customer in Malaysia. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.